Hello, members and members of the community. My name is Dane Max, and I'm going to give a brief presentation on the National Public Education Project, CIC, for people to get more of an understanding of what we're actually doing. Brilliant. I'm just going to share my screen. Brilliant. Yeah, so thank you very much for joining and watching this presentation. So I really appreciate it. So as I said, my name is Dane Marks, and I'm the managing director of the National Public Education Project (CIC). And this is a brief introduction of what we're actually doing. So the National Public Education Project (CIC) is a not-for-profit social enterprise dedicated in providing communities with relevant education and support on a range of issues. So far, with our teams, our management teams which have been in place, we've identified that AI education is going to be really important at the moment, as seems to be quite a lack of understanding of AI in the communities. So that's one of the areas. But we'll also be doing we'll also be discussing issues such as civic responsibilities. We'll also have communities who will come to us, not civic responsibilities, sorry, civic rights and responsibilities, and also about other areas there people that people will need education on. Such as a history of the local places, where the communities are now, and what's going forward, what's going to be happening going forward. Disinformation seems to be a big problem at the moment, and the critical thinking, being able to evaluate whether or not information is the information that we're receiving at the moment is going to be is relevant and also true. So there's a lot of disinformation around at the moment. So there's a range of issues. But we'll also be working with communities as well. So community members might want to set up a class or what would like to do something for the community in an educational setting, where residents can collaborate on a range of issues, and we will seek to the very best of our ability to be able to facilitate that as well. And we'll also have community education outreach workers as well, and volunteers in locations all around the UK, as well as we operate fully remotely as well. Well, not fully remotely, partially remotely, as well, where we operate online with a lot of volunteers as well, and everyone in the organisation is a volunteer. And they're typically here to either gain skills or contribute to the community, but mainly we tend to find both. And they're really passionate about the community projects of which we're operating at the moment. The volunteers are the core of our organisation, as I'll explain shortly. But also we'll also have people who will also be working in their local communities as well. And we invite any person who wants to join on board, who wants to contribute for the benefit of their community, to get on board with us, and we'll have a really good time and really contribute to the community positively. So our vision is to establish community locations and engagement where people can get education and support. So we'll be doing this by utilising local hubs or community centres. Some communities would rather do it in a local venue, such as a club or a pub, or even restaurants or that kind of stuff, which is fine. We're completely open to all of that. We are also establishing, and like I explained, we're establishing and moving forward now with our fully remote, centralised head office, with passionate volunteers who dedicate their time into helping those most in need. So my role, I'm and the other directors' roles as well. So myself and the other directors' roles is to represent the company within the community during our role, setting the pace to ensure that we are serving the community and teams with the best ethics of community support. This does not mean that we are not individuals and we don't make mistakes. We're all human. But what we will do for the benefit of our teams and the community is lead by example, showing publicly what we are doing every step of the way. So we are completely transparent. And what we are doing within the public interest within our roles. However, we also have personal lives. We have attitudes and opinions that others may disagree with, of which we will never apologise for. and will, of course, be outside of our public roles. So it's very clear to make that separation, that our individual lives are very separate from our public lives. But transparency wise, what we aim to be doing is we'll aim to be making videos showing you exactly what we're doing every step of the way. So you can really fully engage and see how we're representing you and how the contributions that we are receiving is actually benefiting the community and serving the community needs, as well as getting to know who we are within our public roles as well. Our teams, our teams span across different departments and cities. We've been starting in Cardiff at the moment, but we're working outwards, and we've already started developing some key areas as well around the UK. We also have fully remote teams and dedicated teams throughout the UK. So as explained, as well as within specific locations, and we're developing to reach a national level of the UK, being able to serve every community. We also have the dedicated remote team as well, who basically collaborates a lot of information. Um, these are directed by trainee management teams who also volunteer their time and gain a huge amount of applied experience in assisting our other volunteer departments in their function. Our specific education and support volunteers work in communities to discover what is required within education and support and facilitate what is required. And also as well, as I kind of explained and touched on earlier on, it'll also be residents as well. So residents will be approaching us and on times and saying, well, listen, we need this in the community. We're looking to do this venue. How can you help us? How can you support us with this education remit, which we'll get a lot of as well. So this organization is a leading by example organization, and it's not the traditional type. We are not a company that believes in director down management. Although as directors, we hold accountability and will have to make decisions based on the not-for-profits at times, and our teams and for the community. We believe the way forward is each department work as teams through the whole organization, making decisions collectively of how the organization is led and functions for the benefit of the whole. What this looks like is collective autonomy. So with little interference from the directors, we believe this gives team members more freedom to grow within their roles and teams and for their future benefits, carrying a strong level of confidence and skill, with the heart of the community, with the heart for the community taken forward into their futures. So this is really the community, that the internal and external communities working together in order to get the benefits. And we actually believe that's the way businesses will be going in the future. Although we are non-for-profit, but I actually think businesses will be going that way as well, where everyone has a stake in making the business beneficial and making sure that the organisation, as it is really serving the needs of the public we serve. As directors, we will lead by example by regularly engaging with our teams and demonstrating publicly how we are representing the company to allow transparency to our teams and the communities we serve. So it's all about transparency, and we'll be as transparent as we possibly can be. There are obviously some rules and regulations where we can't be, like we can't be filming people having when they're dealing with serious legal issues, that kind of stuff. But there will be times when we can't, but the majority of the time is about making this organization as transparent as possible, because by that way, then everybody knows what is going on and how we're working, how we're operating, and how to get involved as well, and how they can also add benefit, and the benefit we could potentially have in their communities. So it's really important that is happening moving forward. So it'd be really good if you can keep watching our videos, and if you're interested in the project, you can email inquiries at thenationalcommunityproject.com. That's thenationalcommunityproject.com, and that's the digital hub for all our projects, because we have a couple. And keep watching our videos, and if you can support us, the links are below. The more support we have, the more we can do, and we will keep this will keep us and we will keep being transparent moving forward, so you can see how your support, whether it's volunteering or financial or whatever support you can offer, would be getting used and utilised. We're also looking for collaboration and support from businesses who believe in us and can promote us, and we can promote them, as well as other non-for-profits and organisations we can work with. So there's a lot of non-for-profits and organisations who we might not know about. So if you can recommend anything to us and send that to us as well, that'll be really good, because then that'll help us be able to build those collaborations and build that network of support. So if we get a client that they can benefit from this organisation, we can enable that as well, with the contacts. Brilliant. And yeah, and the same with businesses as well. Our businesses out there, and there's business leaders or people who would like to support a project like this and get involved. And there's a lot we can offer them too. So thank you very much for paying attention and for being on this video and paying attention to this. For any questions, just let me know. And also, feel free to email us with any feedback or any information that you think is beneficial. So thank you very much, and have a lovely day. Thank you. Bye bye.